And a good morning to you. Happy Labor Day. Lanny Ford, Juju Phillips along with you here on the Labor Day Monday morning. Weather is nice. I'll go ahead and admit to it now before I start not apologizing for my Tigers. There's nothing to apologize for. I did play hooky from church yesterday, and I went and played golf. It was such a nice morning.
Yeah, good for you.
Wesley called and said, what's your Sunday morning look like? I'm like, talk to me. He said, how about we go play golf? So we got to go early because the course will pack up. And we go down. Of course, he lives in Winston. I drive down to Moxville to a place called Puddin Ridge. Great golf course. Played there over 25 years ago. And a lot of golf courses, they get worse as the years go by. This one's gotten just as good or better. It's in great shape, not expensive. We went down there and played 18 holes yesterday and enjoyed it. I was back home before 1 o'clock. And that was nice. Shower and just kind of laid around the house after that.
Not bad at all.
Taking advantage of Labor Day and trying not to labor any more than I had to. I like
the return of college football.
And Saturday was very enjoyable. Watched it a lot because I'm glad to see it come back. Honestly, very happy to see it come back. Milton, good morning. Hey, Vaughn, you pudding you. Bill Klein, good morning. Glad to have you guys with us here this morning. We'll jump straight in on college football. About 8:30, Grayson Willingham, quarterback of the Bears, will join us. I've got one story I want to get into, and it'll take care of itself as I move on. Let's just put it that way. College football officially got started on Wednesday night. And then Thursday was a little bit better. Friday was good. Let me start with the Friday game. I'll get into scores. We'll work through the whole weekend. Since we don't have NFL, we'll work through the whole weekend. I saw this morning before I get into the scores. Brian Kelly, he made the comment.
Sarcasm.
He made
Get over
the
it, folks.
comment.
I heard it.
From Tampa Bay's John McKay from 40 years ago. The only problem is most of the reporters he's dealing with have no clue what he's talking about.
He was being sarcastic.
Yes.
I heard it this morning.
That comment is still floated around as one of the greatest quotes ever.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. About execution.
But we are so sensitive to everything.
Get over it, right?
I mean, come on.
As the Eagles used to say, get over it.
Now, let's start with Thursday night. Even though we were here Friday, let's talk Thursday night. Ohio State, Minnesota. Mike Powell and I talked about this. And I always like to throw this out there when you see a game like this. Who does this say more about, Ohio State or Minnesota? 45-31. Ohio State does win, but 2 touchdowns, I was expecting a little bigger spread. I don't think it's anything against Ohio State. I just think Minnesota's probably better than what folks thought they were or what I thought they were.
They were in one of the games that you saw where the defense wasn't ahead of the offense, and I saw part of that game. I just think this time, I mean, we're barely into September, and to overreact to how a team or a program does or doesn't do.
Yeah, but it's good because we're having games of meaning early.
Yeah,
usually
with
the
crowds.
First month is awful.
It is, and we'll see that this coming weekend. But, yeah, I mean, Ohio State, it was a close game. It was probably closer than what the score indicated, and some big plays broke it open there. But that was a very competitive game. You could tell that Minnesota is improved. And like all of the big teams right now, except for Alabama, there are a lot of question marks.
Yes.
And some of them have not been answered, nor will they be answered until the next few weeks. So, yeah, I was surprised more than anything that it was such a high-scoring game.
70 points.
Yeah,
better than 70 points. Coastal beat the Citadel 52-14. Utah beat Weber State 40-17. Arizona State over at Southern Utah 41-14. Then you come to Friday. I was not these are my top 25s. Let me get out of the top 25s. I want it all. Give it all to me. I was not pulling against the Tar Heels. Let me go ahead and say that. I was not pulling against the Tar Heels. However, I felt like the Tar Heels were a little bit overrated. I felt they were a little overrated. Sam Howell had his first turnover as a starting college quarterback on Friday night.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Well, he had his first one.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
And then Blacksburg is not a happy place to go play, regardless of how good Virginia Tech is.
Yeah.
And the thing that amazed me, I'll draw my first similarity here. Mac Brown's face and expression looked like DJ Uglialie, whatever his name is for Clemson. Both of them looked lost and confused and no clue what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Mac was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to be a close game, but I did not expect Carolina to lose.
It was a very close game and went down to the final possessions. But you could tell that just like some other teams, Clemson being one of them, Tar Heels lost some big time playmakers. They lost some key players, and they still have to figure out how they're going to fit their offensive line. How improved is their offensive line going to be? Can they have a running attack? That offensive line did not block. Sam Howell was running for his life the entire game. They don't have the weapons yet developed out on the edge, wide receivers and whatnot.
This is supposed to be the year, right? Isn't this Mac Brown's third year?
It is his third year. They lost some guys that are in the NFL.
But the third year is the one that you expect the biggest turnaround and jump.
Yeah.
Because of the recruiting classes.
Yes.
By the time you get that third year, you should have at least juniors that's been there with you 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about the seniors you lost to the NFL, but you should have some juniors that will be juniors this year that have 2 years under.
Javon Williams, Michael Carter, that was a running attack.
Yeah.
A couple of wide receivers that are in the NFL this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think when the program takes that next jump, it's not necessarily the wideouts and those kind of the playmakers. I think when you start seeing teams get really good is when they're able to recruit, develop, and keep those offense and defensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Tar Heels have done that yet.
I wasn't aware of that, Bob. Bob said Mac Brown had a brother to pass away last week. I had not seen that story.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had not seen that.
Good point, Bob. Yeah.
Let me give you some other scores from Thursday of unranked teams. And Vaughn, settle down, big guy. Vaughn's got a nephew playing at NC State, came out of West Lincoln. State beat South Florida 45-0. Okay? That's good for the Wolfpack.
They're a top 25 team in my eye.
But they're so inconsistent. They have been through Dave Doran's entire tenure.
Yeah, I mean 9 wins, 8 wins. I mean, is that their peak?
I don't know.
Can they sneak a 10-win season in there? I think they're a top 25 team, and maybe that's all you can ask for. And if you look at the standings, who's going to win the Coastal? Who's going to challenge Clemson? Maybe NC State's one of those teams along with Pitt.
Maybe Florida State.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you got to feel good the way they played last night.
Yeah. Appalachian beat East Carolina 33-19. And Ohio State over Minnesota we talked about. Coastal, Utah, Arizona State. Central Florida over Boise 36-31. It was Ball State over Western Illinois 31-21. Buffalo over Wagner 69-7. Tennessee over Bowling Green 38-6. Don't get excited, Volunteer fans. You haven't played anybody yet.
Hey, so if you're apt and you go to Miami this week and you beat Miami, you're a top 25 team, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would say that you're correct. That's going to be tough to do.
Yeah, that is. Their quarterback looked pretty good. I mean, he doesn't have the legs that their Appalachians quarterback has had in the last few years. But
he's got the smarts.
He got the smarts and looked like he had the accuracy in throwing the ball.
Yep. 2 stops along the way. And then Friday night, the Virginia Tech over Carolina. How about Charlotte with the big upset over Duke?
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That was a pretty good game. We were at Kickback Jacks for the first half of the games, and they got lots of TV, so I could watch. Charlotte was on and Carolina was on, and that was 2 pretty good games. That's a huge win for the Charlotte 49ers over Duke.
First time over a Power 5 school, right?
That's correct. That is the first.
If you call Duke a Power 5 school.
You don't, but they're in a Power 5 conference. Let's do it that way. I like that better.
Okay.
Wake Forest over Old Dominion 42-10. Deeks, don't get excited over that one either just yet. Let's settle down.
What about if you're Vanderbilt?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
I'm going to get there. I saw that. We'll dig a little deeper into Georgia over Clemson. Let me go ahead and say Clemson's going to struggle. I don't think this is their only loss. I don't know where the issue is. The talking heads continue to put it on the offensive line. There is some issues there, but I got news for you. Clemson's quarterback is a specimen. I only saw him run it one time. I mean, he almost looks like a Cam Newton kind of quarterback.
Yeah, his accuracy's a little questionable right now. They don't have Amari Rodgers. They don't have Travis Etienne. Some of their playmakers, they got to develop new guys.
I've said this before.
Is Shipley going to be a guy?
Well, Andrew Williams texted me on Friday and said he's anxious to see what he's going to do because he's supposed to be the real deal coming out of camp. Here's the part that bothers me, and I'll be perfectly honest, and I've been honest since day one, okay? Not a huge Dabo fan. I think he's a great guy, great motivator. I think he takes care of his kids. I think he does the right things by his kids. Just not convinced that he gets out of his own way enough to let things be handled. If he didn't come away from Saturday night knowing we've got some huge problems we've got to fix or it's going to get bad early. And if you ever start to falter, it's hard to get those recruits and get that program back to the top level that you want to be. They've got offensive line issues they've got to address. The defense looks much better than it did. Mm-hmm. And you played Georgia 10-3, and you held Georgia to no offensive touchdown. That says a lot about your defense. But the offense has really got issues, and that's usually what they've hung their hat on, has been the offense.
And I don't know if they have the weapons right now.
Right.
And they have. That's where the program has to develop those kind of players down the road. And on their schedule, do they have a signature win that they need?
No, their schedule's terrible. It's very weak. Mm-hmm. I'll give it to you right quick. Let's see here. Georgia, they host South Carolina State. That's for the band only. I've been to that game before. Georgia Tech, State maybe.
That might be a big game there.
And that's in Raleigh. Boston College, Syracuse, Pitt, Florida State, Louisville.
Where they play
Connecticut.
Pitt. Yeah, I don't know why.
And they're terrible. Wake Forest and South Carolina.
At the wait. Where do they play the Pitt game? Is that in?
At Pitt.
At Pitt. Mm-hmm. So they got to go to NC State and at Pitt.
NC State, they got to go to Pitt, and they got to go to Louisville for what that's worth. But there's still nothing that's tremendously strong inside the Atlantic, but I just don't feel good about it. I just be honest with you. I just do not feel good about it. It's just not who we're used to seeing play. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not poor-mouthing. I'm being honest. They did not look good.
Yeah.
And much like in the playoff game, you couldn't figure out what you needed to change. And I don't know if it's because you couldn't figure out what you need to change or you got a head like that and said, we got it. It's just getting ready to turn around right here. Getting ready to turn around right here. Because admit that you were wrong. That you made a bad evaluation. You made bad planning, whatever it is.
They got different players in different positions right now. It's going to will take time for those players to develop. And, again, I'm not one to kind of overreact because it's early September. But I would guess if they have another couple of performances like this, 2 or 3 losses, then the world's going to fall apart.
And that's not a bad loss.
No.
By any means.
No.
That's not a bad loss.
No.
But it just is not what you wanted to see. Let me take a break.
Would you take that kind of loss over, say, like the Notre Dame game last night with Florida State? High-scoring game right down to the wire, 45 to 39. Which is worse in your mind if that were Clemson? Substitute Clemson into the Notre Dame game last night. Would you much rather have a high score?
I'd rather have the Georgia game.
Yeah, me too.
Because it makes you feel like you've got part of it under control.
Yes, correct.
If I've never been into shootouts. That's why I don't like Big 12 football, because that's all it is a shootout. I'd rather see a game like that. I can take a close game, but I'd rather see it lower scoring. But that's just me. Let me take a break. Be back in a moment.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call Ford Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Welcome back. Grayson Willingham, Little Ryan quarterback, will join us here in just a few. Thank you, Bob. Bob did mention my my new Luke Kuechly helmet.
Impressive.
Thank you very much. That's courtesy of Big Wes, as he gave that to me yesterday.
How often did the Panthers wear the dark helmet?
I don't remember the dark helmets.
I'm sure it was on a special occasion.
I like the dark helmets, and I like the matte. Hate the Notre Dame helmets and the Wake Forest helmets, those shiny domes. Don't like that. I think Wake Forest wears those one too. Stephen Lowe, good morning. Don't they?
I think so on occasion. I don't know if every game or
don't
not.
Like them. Just don't like
Too
them.
bright?
I never thought I'd like matte. I thought I'd like, I'm a traditionalist, but I really like the matte on most of the helmets. Let me scroll through this, hit a couple more games before we bring Grayson on with us. Oregon over Fresno State, 31-24. That game was closer than I thought it would be.
Pac-12. Some upsets.
Penn State, Wisconsin. I was pulling for Wisconsin, just couldn't quite get it done.
A lot of mistakes.
16-10.
Yeah, low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
But they had that place packed. Camp Randall Stadium was absolutely packed. I've been there before.
They do that jump around in the
third
or fourth quarter.
When I was there, they didn't do the jump around. They just started doing that for the last few years. But the atmosphere leading up to before you get into the stadium, where they shut down Madison pretty much, and everywhere you go, there are tents and places to partake in pregame ceremonies type thing.
First political question of the morning.
Okay.
How many news stories do we see come out about COVID issues from all the crowds we had every weekend?
I saw it on
I
the
think
news.
there's probably 35,000 people in Boone at the Luke Combs concert on Saturday night.
At least.
There was 40,000 on Thursday night at the Charlotte game. The Clemson and Georgia game was a sellout. It was packed.
Yes.
So there were probably 70-plus at that game. And then you take some of these other stadiums around, a lot of crowds. It'll be interesting to see how that comes out.
I heard where on one of the Charlotte stations this morning and getting ready to come in that they were saying that doctors are saying, go get tested. If you were in a crowd, go get tested.
Should you not wait and see if you get sick?
Well, somebody's got to make money.
Okay. I ain't got a dog in the hunt. UCLA, LSU. Was it the blue shorts? Is that what did it?
That may be. LSU had a tough week last week, with the storm and everything else. But I don't think anybody expected them to go and lose to UCLA. But it might be the blue shorts. And, is the Pac-12 going to hang their hat on UCLA this year? Because some of the other top teams lost in that conference.
Iowa, Indiana. I thought Indiana was overrated at 17.
They had a good year last year. They had their quarterback back after injury. They're a traditional solid program. Not spectacular, but a solid program. Throwback.
Washington falls to the Grizzlies of Montana.
FCS program.
Yeah. Washington was ranked number 20, fell 13-7, gave up 10 points in the fourth quarter. Washington did.
Yeah, but 7 points against an FCS school?
I know. I was a little disappointed. And here again, I don't know which one, my famous question, which one does this say more about?
What if Clemson would have lost 13-7 to the Citadel or Wofford? They played Wofford before.
Yeah, used to play Citadel too.
Yeah. You'd be on suicide watch.
No, it's just another day.
No. If they lost to Wofford 13-7, you'd be on suicide watch.
Texas and Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. I didn't think it'd be a 20-point game. Of course, they'll drop out of the top 25 now. Is Texas back? Did they make the jump?
Hard to tell yet. Still, they're improved.
What's it called? The Texas and Oklahoma. What's that called?
Red River Rivalry.
The Red River Rivalry. Yeah.
I would say that 10 times.
Yeah.
No, the Red River Shootout, right?
I don't know.
It's the Red River something game.
Kentucky beat Louisiana Monroe 45-10. Boston College all over Colgate and Crest, 51-0. Michigan over Western Michigan 47-14. Rutgers beat Temple 61-14. Holy Cross over UConn 38-28. Randy Edsall has said he will retire at the end of the season. 63 years old. I don't remember his first stint at UConn. I remember Randy Edsel from pretty dismal days at Maryland.
I remember that. I think he went.
Was he at UConn when UConn had to go to what they call the New Year's Six Bowls, and they went and played in the Fiesta Bowl out in Arizona, and they wound up owing $2 million because nobody traveled. They couldn't cover the tickets, the hotel rooms. You had a certain amount that you were obligated to take in this BCS New Year's Day Bowls for winning your conference. And UConn, because UConn is a state sports school, the legislature had to pay those bills, and it was somewhere between $1 to $2 million.
Oh, wow. I think so.
But I think Randy Edsel
was
had
the
been
coach.
the head coach then.
He left there, I believe, and went to Maryland.
Okay. K-State over Stanford, 24-7. That was somewhat of a surprise to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Knights of Army all over Georgia State, 43-10. Arkansas beat Rice. Air Force beat Lafayette. Marshall beat Navy.
Air Force played Lafayette?
Mm-hmm.
That's an FCS school, Patriot League.
That's a non-scholarship FCS school, right?
Yeah.
Because Patriot League is completely non-scholarship,
Correct.
even though it's FCS.
Yes. Kind of like Davidson.
Yeah. This was a great game, I thought. Watch this one. West Virginia and Maryland. Of course, Maryland's quarterback is the younger brother of Tua. I'm not even going there with the last name. Mississippi State over Louisiana Tech. Mississippi State is where Lane Kiffin is, correct? Or is he at Ole Miss?
He's at Ole Miss.
He's at Ole Miss, okay.
Mr. Air Raids at Mississippi State.
The mad scientist.
Yes.
Yeah. Kiffin did not get to coach that game because he had tested positive.
Is that game Mississippi? Mississippi
Ole Miss?
Ole Miss plays to. Did they play?
Yeah.
I thought they played Monday, today.
The only game tonight is
okay, I may be wrong.
I think we'll get there. Pitt beat UMass 51-7. Missouri over Central Michigan 34-24. Liberty all over Campbell 48-7. It was Georgia Southern and Gardner-Webb. Only a 5-point game. I was a little surprised with that, and I thought Georgia Southern would roll. Auburn over Akron. South Carolina all over Eastern Illinois. Very outstanding performance by grad assistant Zeb Nolan at the quarterback. He went 13-22 for a whopping 121 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Dink and dunk.
Undoubtedly. Syracuse, Dino Babers gets one over Ohio, 29-9. Texas Tech beat Houston. A little surprise on that one, 38-21.
They're going to be in the same conference in the future, I believe.
I think you're right. Wow, we had a bunch of games.
I know.
Georgia Tech got beat by Northern Illinois, 22-21.
Yeah.
That's one for Clemson to compete against in the Atlantic. Virginia all over William and Mary, 43-0. This is the one you mentioned, Vanderbilt, and I told you I was going to get there. Vanderbilt gets beat by 20 by East Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Why do they need to be in the SEC? 23-3 could only manage 3 points. Why do they
against
need to be
the Southern
SEC?
Conference school? I mean,
FCS.
That's huge for East Tennessee State.
I agree. My man Herm got beat. BYU beat Arizona 24-16.
Arizona or Arizona State?
Is he at Arizona or Arizona State?
He's at Arizona State.
He's at Arizona State, okay. I always get confused. And then tonight's game is Louisville. Is it Louisville and Ole Miss? Is that the game?
I think so, and that's the game that Kiffin will not coach.
That's correct. Louisville at Ole Miss.
Yes.
Well, it's not at Ole Miss. It's down in Atlanta, a neutral site game on the kickoff weekend. Let me take another time out. We come back. Grayson Willingham will join us right here on the Bottom Line. Thanks for being with us on a Labor Day Monday. Maybe some showers coming in this afternoon.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stiefel Nicholas can assist you. Call 4 Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stiefel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Yeah, welcome back. Glad to have you here on a Labor Day Monday. We'll go to our guest line. He's starting quarterback for the Lenore Ryan Bears, picked up a big win at Virginia State over the weekend. Grayson Willingham. Grayson, good morning.
Laney, thanks for having me.
You're quite welcome. How is it to get back started with some fall ball in football this time?
Oh, it's so refreshing, so refreshing. You know, the spring was really, really good for us. I'm glad we were able to get some of those games in. We actually missed a couple games that we were supposed to have just due to COVID reasons. But it's just so refreshing to get back in the fall. I think we had an outstanding camp and summer months training and everything like that. So it's really exciting.
Hey, Grayson, I wanted to say congratulations on a big game and a big win. Hey, a lot of guys on the team, there must be 10 or 12 or 13 guys that are considered super seniors, including yourself. Why did so many of these guys decide to want to come back for this final season and not graduate and go on and get on with their life's work?
Well, I think it starts with our coaching staff. I think, you know, ever since day one when they got on campus. They've done a really excellent job, implementing what they're trying to do and establishing a winning culture, and continuing on from the past coaching staff. So I think we had a lot of buy-in, and I'm so thankful for the leadership, with our head coach and our coordinators down to our position coaches, and it's really the supporting staff around the team and our administration, everything like that. That has really created that buy-in. I think we have a lot of loyalty to the program, and it's been really fun. To be honest with you, just being one of the older guys and having some older guys with me, super seniors, and really having that leadership. And I think we have a good mix of old and young, and we have a lot of good talent. And so I'm really excited about this year.
The Bears won that game 48-7 over Virginia State. LR ranked, depending on the polls you look at, preseason polls being what they are, anywhere in the top 10, maybe as high as 4, 5, or 6. How's the team so far either handled the expectations? How are they doing with that, knowing that every time you guys go out, you're going to get the other team's best shot because they know they're playing a top team?
Right. I know, me personally, I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest with you. I think it's a great test every week, and you want to be the top dog. You want to, in the region and in the country, especially in your conference. And so I think you're right, Juju. We're going to get the best shot from every team every week, but it's a great challenge. And I think a lot of people, a lot of our coaches and really our whole team is really embracing that, and we're really excited about it. We wouldn't want it any other way, and we really play to a standard. I don't think, for me, it's just another team on the field. We got to focus on us, and we try to meet that standard every week.
We're talking to Grayson Willingham, quarterback for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. He's out of Weddington High School, out of Matthews. Correct me if I'm wrong, Grayson, but this is your third head coach in your tenure at LR?
Yes, sir. Third head coach. I was recruited with Mike Keller's coaching staff, and so I played under him for 2 years, and then had the opportunity to actually play on the field with Drew Cronick. We had some successful runs there a couple of years, and then I'm looking to finish out strong here with Mike Jacobs.
That's a pretty good statement of fortitude, I guess you would say, for somebody to stick around and go through all those changes, and I think it lends itself to who you are, being able to make those changes and still come out on top and be a starter through three different coaching staffs.
Well, I appreciate that, and I think one of the biggest things is just the people around the program, as I mentioned before, the supporting staff, guys like you and Juju that have been around, helping me, ever since I was, really a kid, 18 years old, and how I've grown up in the program, and I've learned a lot. It's been great. It's challenging, but every challenge is an opportunity, room for growth, and I've really enjoyed just getting to see how different staffs work and how they operate, and just meet new people. So it's been a great opportunity, and I think the biggest thing for me is just the city of Hickory and just the people around here have been so supportive of me and my family.
I was going to ask you, Grayson, big game on Saturday with three more touchdown passes. It seems like you have as many or more weapons than you've ever had before. Is that the case?
Absolutely. We have, I think, I know I'm biased, but I think we have the best receiving core in the nation. I mean, we have Derek Young, obviously, who's getting some NFL looks right now. Keelan Parsons, guys like Ryan Carter and Trey Luttrell are doing a really good job for us, Dre. And then I think we have one of the best backs in the nation with Dwayne McGee. And I really do think that in all three phases of the ball, we're very strong. So I was talking to somebody the other day. This is I think the most talented team that I've been a part of here at Lenoir-Rhyne. So I'm really excited about just the opportunity for us to go out and compete this fall.
Defense has been good and was good on Saturday. The defensive line, some of those super seniors that have been part of 2 or 3 programs or 2 or 3 head coaches. Do you get a chance to watch that defense when you're on the sidelines? What do you think about it?
Oh, absolutely. They have made us so much better, I think, and just in camp and in practice going against those guys. It's really helped our offensive line out and just our offense as a whole. I mean, they're always wreaking havoc, and Andre Jefferson's a younger guy who's making a big impact. And Dan Luba's going to be back here in a little bit, coming back from an injury, and Amari Houston, some of those guys, Zeke Nance, and just our defense as a whole. I mean, just very solid, and so I'm really excited to see what they do, and it's real. They are really fun to watch, on the field. So I'm excited about that.
One more question, Grayson, wanted to ask you. You've been through and seen so much as a Bear signal caller. You ever get a chance to call your own plays, or check off plays?
They're giving me a little bit more responsibility this year with audibling a little bit. One of the things that I think that we've gotten a lot better at this year as an offense is just recognizing certain defenses, and they're giving me the keys a little bit to say, hey, this look is good for this play, and if we get this look, maybe we can go another direction. So, I'm really enjoying that responsibility, and I think, it's really all I am is really an extension of the coaching staff and the coordinator on the field. So, but not every time. I usually just let it ride. So with the OC, so it's good. I'm enjoying that responsibility though.
Grayson Willingham, quarterback of the Lenore Bears. Best of luck to you. Got a week off, and then back at action. We appreciate you taking the time. I'm sure we'll talk to you again as the season moves on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Grayson.
Grayson Willingham.
Be well, man.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, he does.
Doing a great job, and a great kid. I mean, just all around.
I could see, he talks as if he could be, a coach someday.
Yeah.
Somebody that would be on the offensive side.
I can see that. Yep, I can see that.
Call his own plays.
Take our final time out and be back in a moment.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stiefel Nicholas can assist you. Call Ford Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stiefel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
And welcome back. One quick story before we get into On This Day.
Has it flown by that quick?
Yeah, it's a
the
gift.
fastest hour in sports.
It's
It is a gift.
It's a gift, yeah. A couple comments came in. Chris Hobbs, and I think it's supposed to be an open week, but Maiden will go to Monroe. So I'm guessing that Maiden-St. Stephen's game can't be made up, so they picked up another game. They go to Monroe.
They can't make it up?
Well, they probably can't fit it in their schedule because it was a Rona thing. It was a virus thing.
I'm surprised that some of these schools have not been forced to forfeit.
I guess it's just a no contest. It's the only thing I can figure out. But Maiden's going to travel to Monroe. I had seen that, but I wasn't sure. I know Bandy's, Chris Hobbs furnishing this information. I think Bandy's game for this week was canceled last week. I think I saw that. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Chris.
Is that the 10-day thing?
I don't know. I don't even keep up with it. Maiden's JVs will play at home Thursday night. I've been down this road. The Golden Lions come to town.
Okay.
I've been on the sidelines coaching that before. I've been on the sidelines one time. We were down 21-0 and they had not had the ball on offense. We were in Shelby, and I pulled my kids to the side, got in a huddle. Hey, we can't get on the bus. You're going to have to play. We're here for the afternoon. You're going to have to play. We were just stunned. Todd said, with the moves to the Big 12, does ASU, Coastal, and, say, Georgia Southern make a move to the AAC, the American, the old Big East? And East Tennessee State is a very good team but should beat a mighty SEC team, even if it's Vandy. He said Western looked a lot better but came up a little short. He said headed to Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
God help us all. Hey, just get the check and come on back. Keep everybody healthy.
How about under former LR coach Drew Cronick, Mercer? They beat a NAI 18-point, 69-0. This week they go to Alabama.
Money game.
Money.
This
week the money games. And why they after last year?
Why don't they just write them a check?
Why play money games?
Why just write them?
If somebody gets hurt.
I know.
I mean, same thing with the MAC. The Big Ten schools are furnishing and giving the MAC the big paycheck, one game paycheck. you know,
Bill
I don't agree
Bill
with
Klein, kind comment here for you and Jack, said after hearing the Virginia State play-by-play on the computer, it makes me really love the job you and Jack do with the Bears.
I thank you. I've watched part of that game. On the computer, they had one announcer. I didn't think, and I know how tough that is, a football game no less, one announcer.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't bad. He wasn't.
It's tough.
It is. It's very difficult. He was complimentary of LR, and I thought he was well prepared. He mentioned some things. He did his homework. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was very good. For one announcer?
Yeah, it's tough.
I've heard far worse.
I've done 2 high school football games by myself. Not fun.
I've heard far worse.
Not fun. Hobbs says, no Bandy South Caldwell. It is now Newton Conover at South Caldwell JVs, and on Friday to be South Caldwell at Gurley.
Yeah, Newton Conover.
Versus the Newton Conover Red Devils.
Yeah, I mean, give the
Bob said the cameraman's on crack.
Yeah, he was. He was all over the place. Why don't they – and the press box there?
Yeah.
Open air kind of thing?
Yeah.
They could have set it somewhere in the middle. Heck, set it in the stands. There weren't that many fans there.
Mm-hmm.
There were less than
1,500.
No, there were less than that.
Well, that was the reported attendance.
Yes,
How about that?
yes. But anyway, they need to go to TV production school more than anything.
It's called preparation. And
hey, give credit to these high school athletic directors having to reschedule games on the fly.
Yeah.
And coaches.
Doing a good job.
Yes.
Here's my short story. JT Daniels, quarterback for Georgia, has signed a 6-figure deal to use his name, image, and likeness on trading cards, as well as Carolina quarterback Sam Howell. They have partnered with Super Glow trading cards to create roughly 24 different designs for each player. The arrangement will pay each quarterback $100 for every card they sign, as well as a 50% royalty fee for every one with or without a signature that is sold.
Okay.
The substantial royalty fees are rare. It's not unprecedented in the trading industry, according to the players' agents. Both guys have a significant 6-figure guarantee. If they're playing well and their teams do well, this could turn into a 7-figure opportunity by the end of January.
Yeah. Opportunity.
The cards range in price from $15 up to $1,000 for one that includes Daniel's signature, a small piece of his high school jersey. These cards will be among the first available memorabilia from current college athletes after the NCAA changed its rules. Last week, Ohio State freshman Quinn Ewers signed a 3-year memorabilia deal worth a reported $1.4 million. I'm speechless too.
How much of that $1.4 million does the agents, the agents, their agents?
I thought it was 15%. I could be wrong.
They're going to take care of all. I mean, they're going to take care of where they have to show up and sign and everything. The players not
they
to
don't
worry.
show up and sign anywhere. It's just going to have a certificate of authenticity.
Okay.
Secretary will do those. You got something on this day? I said that out loud.
I do not, remember?
You don't have anything?
I do not have anything.
Okay.
I left my card.
Okay. Then I got you.
My
Ain't no
prep
problem.
notes, I left them. I usually have 2 pages. I left my back page probably on the counter. I just picked up one.
It's okay.
I was more concerned about getting you those munchkins at Dunkin' Donuts than anything else.
Blueberry, nonetheless.
Nonetheless.
Excellent. Okay, I've got a few. Let me see what I can come up with. As long as the computer don't die on me, we're good. We'll get into a lot of cricket here this morning. It's what happens when you leave me to fend for myself. I get into cricket. Let's see. Come on, computer. Come on. Oh, she's a spinning. Everybody's at home playing on the computer this morning. In 1920, Jack Dempsey KO'd Billy Misk in 3 for the heavyweight boxing title, and it was the first – I don't think this would come over good on radio, but it was the first radio broadcast of a fight. In
Seems like boxing would be very difficult to do on the radio, but they did for a long time.
I've told you that I think there's 2 sports that I would rather hear on radio probably, or as I enjoy it as much on radio as I do any other way. Baseball is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Agreed.
Baseball is number 1.
Agreed.
The second one is racing.
Yeah.
Auto racing. I've always liked
the difference in I think college football is pretty good too, but racing, you get the action, you don't get the storytelling. Unless there's a crash or something
That's
like
correct,
that.
because it's so fast-paced.
Yes.
And they've got 17 guys on the call.
They do.
Every corner, every stretch.
Nook and cranny, you're right.
Everybody. Yeah, everybody's got it. Let's see. 1982, Pittsburgh Pirates retire Willie Stargell's number 8. What was his nickname?
Pops.
Pops. For some reason, I could not remember that.
I think on this day back on Saturday or Friday, the Pirates in 1971 became the first baseball team to field an all-black starting lineup.
That was last week, yeah.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, that was a great one. 1995, Cal Ripken Jr. breaks Lou Gehrig's record, plays in 2,131 straight games. 1996, the Baltimore Orioles' Eddie Murray hits his 500th career home run. I think that's less than 10 500s, or
they're more
now.
now. I think they're
20?
up in, 20, 25, something like that.
Okay. Let's see what else I got here. Any passings that I may have missed? Willard Scott passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
Not being irreverent here, I didn't realize he was still alive, honestly, because he's been out of the spotlight for so long. Long-time weatherman on the Today Show. I want to say he was 85. Does that sound right?
Perhaps.
2012, Arthur Bertram Modell.
Art Modell.
Yep, American businessman, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. Modell Stores passed away of heart failure.
MUD in Cleveland.
87. He's the one that took him in the dead of night, loaded up a U-Haul, and headed to Baltimore.
Yeah.
He'll never be forgiven for that. I do not remember this guy. Jim McDaniels, American basketball forward, All-American 71 at Western Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1 overall pick in the ABA All-Star in 72.
Indiana Pacers, right?
Played for the Carolina Cougars.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I saw Cougar games, but I don't remember a whole lot. We lost Lou Brock on this day last year. 6-time Major League All-Star, World Series in 64, in 67. He was the National League stolen base leader 8 times. Dies from multiple melanoma at the age of 81. And let's see if I got just a couple birthdays here. Get the computer to cooperate. This does great when it works. Let's see. John Erickson. You know who John Erickson was?
Did he come over with the Vikings?
No. He was the first American swimmer to triple cross the English Channel.
Wow.
Not one time, triple cross. This was
Thrice.
in 1981.
I was thinking of Leif Erikson. Excuse me.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Ann Henning, she was the American 500-meter speed skater, won the gold in 72. She was born this day in 1955 in Raleigh.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Related to Sonia Henning?
You know, I'm wondering, but I'm thinking probably not, because I don't think she was from this area.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess not. But, yeah, that was the first thing I thought of, too. Wow. A lot of football. Well, not our football. How about John Wall? Born on this day in 1990.
Basketball player, right?
Yep, number 1 pick for the Washington Wizards in 2010, and he was born in Raleigh as well.
Oh, okay, and went to Kentucky, right?
I believe that's
he
correct.
He was one and done?
And not a bad player, but I don't think he ever got to the point to where everybody thought he would.
As a superstar.
As a superstar. That's correct.
1-1, yeah.
Bob said, Hickory JV team looking for a game this Thursday night. Contact Joe Glass or David Kraft at Hickory High School. I liked your comment about the renaming of the field at Hickory High School.
I think that's people talked about it for a number of weeks now, and watching the game, as I said, watching the game last night, Florida State at Bobby Bowden Stadium. I went to the Ridgeview ceremony on Saturday, and it just seems, they're doing this kind of thing right now. And has there been anybody more influential in football, recent history at Hickory High football
Well, just think of
than Dave Elder?
Successful and influential in sports
Yeah.
at Hickory High School.
Yes.
And
Get it done.
And where did he come from at one time? Where did he coach? Long past in his legacy?
He coached at West Lincoln, right?
West Lincoln down in Vail before I got there. Not long before I got there, but yep.
School
Like
board
Dave.
needs to meet and pass and make it happen.
Like Dave a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Thanks for tuning in. 4 should be back from the mountains tomorrow. We'll do it all again right here tomorrow morning with our new Luke Kuechly helmet. I'm going to give Carolina Panther predictions. I had that discussion with one of the guys that was playing yesterday. He's a big Panther fan. I'm a big Panther fan, but I am a realist. He said the Panthers probably 10-win team.
No.
I said not going to happen.
No.
I said
No.
8-9. 8-9. He said no. I said let's go through the schedule. We stopped on the course, pulled up the schedule. By week 12, he had 9 losses. He just shook his head and walked away because he couldn't argue. Even crab legs Jameis Winston may go wild with the New Orleans Saints. I said the best they do is 2-4 in their own division. I think they split with the Saints. They split with the Falcons, and they're dominated by the Bucs. And they may lose 2 against the Saints. They may go 1-5 in the division. Hard to have a winning record, and that's not a good division. I had that conversation with Rob Long. I was on the Fan about 7:15 this morning up in Baltimore talking a little college football, and we talked to Panthers a little bit. And I'm like, where the win's going to come from?
I think optimistically, the best they can hope for is 9-8.
Yes, they're an 8-8 team, but we can't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Bob Duckworth says it's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
Good.
That's great news. Have a great day, everybody. Take the rest of the day off. Me and Juju's going to get some breakfast because that's what we do. And then we're probably going to take the day off. See you tomorrow.